Hello, everybody. Today we're going to be covering 10 facts about the Milky Way. Get ready for some mind-blowing space facts. Let's do this one. Number 10, it's warped. Now, when I say it's warped, I don't mean that it's not working properly or anything like that. I just mean that it has a warp in it. In 2012, researchers looked at over 30,000 stars, and they realized that there was a warp in the galaxy. They believe that something big has crashed into our galaxy at some point in time. And while that may not have been long ago in terms of the universe, billions of years, it's still very far away in our terms. Scientists are also saying that because of this warp, we may be able to tell where the crash occurred. They believe that they can use this data to help figure out what galaxy collided with the Milky Way. The good news is that if it happens again, scientists will be prepared. Number 9, it has an invisible halo. The Milky Way has a massive halo around it, but it's invisible. It was created from debris left behind by destroyed comets, and also from material ejected from the sun. This is made up of gas, dust, plasma, and dark matter. It's actually huge. It extends more than 100,000 light-years from the center of the galaxy, and that's bigger than the galaxy itself. If you look at a picture of the galaxy, you will see that the halo appears as a faint haze around it. Even though we can't see through it, astronomers are able to look through the gases using X-rays and gamma rays. Using these methods, they found that the halo has a lot of heavy elements, things like iron and argon. These were created by dying massive stars. The sun is also believed to have created some of the halo. When it first formed, it shot out huge amounts of plasma. Number 8, it has over 200 billion stars. Our Milky Way galaxy has between 100 and 400 billion stars in it. Scientists think that there could be around 200 billion stars, give or take. It's hard to know exactly how many stars are in the galaxy because it's pretty difficult to see all of them. You might think that would be easy, but even though we have powerful telescopes, they only allow us to see so much. Also, our sun emits so much light that it's hard to see dim stars that are close to it. Our sun is also yellow, and it's surrounded by clouds of gas and dust, which also blocks our view. Another problem is that most of the stars are in like a flat pancake, and the Earth is in the middle of it. Or, we're in the middle of the pancake, I should say. So it's hard to look above or below that pancake. Astronomers do their best to estimate how many stars are in the galaxy by counting the number of stars in a small area and then extrapolating from there. They also look at other galaxies and try to compare them to ours. And based on what they find, they make guesses about how many stars are in the Milky Way. Number 7, it's really dusty and gassy. As I mentioned earlier, the Milky Way is made up of more than just stars. It also has a lot of dust and gas in it. This stuff makes it hard for us to see through the galaxy, and it's actually kind of dangerous. There are huge clouds of gas and dust that can block the view of deep space, and if a star gets too close to one of these clouds, it can be destroyed. Also, the gas in space can form huge balls, and then they collapse and create new stars. These clouds of gas and dust are called nebulae, and we have pictures of some of them. They look like huge, colorful blobs floating around in space. Most of the dust in space is made up of hydrogen and helium. These are the two lightest elements, and they're also the most abundant. There's also a lot of carbon, oxygen, and nitrogen in space. These elements are created when stars explode, and then they're thrown into space. This stuff eventually becomes part of new stars and planets. Number 6, it was made from other galaxies. The Milky Way was not the first galaxy in the universe. In fact, it's likely that there were many other galaxies before it. Over billions of years, smaller galaxies have merged to form larger ones, and it's likely that this process created the Milky Way. As the galaxies merged, their stars and dust were mixed together, and this created the galaxy we live in today. This is supported by the fact that the Milky Way has a lot of different types of stars. There are old stars that were formed early in the galaxy's history, and there are also newer stars that formed more recently. Also, there are stars that were born in other galaxies that were absorbed by the Milky Way. So it's clear that the Milky Way has a long and complex history that goes back billions of years. and it's likely that the story of the Milky Way is similar to the story of other galaxies as well. They also evolved over time, and they've changed a lot since the beginning of the universe. No. 5. We can't take pictures of it. It might seem obvious that we can't take pictures of the Milky Way. After all, it's the galaxy we live in and we can only see a tiny part of it. But it's not just that we can't see the whole thing. We can't even take a picture of the whole thing. That's because the Milky Way is so big and it's also in the way. The Earth is in the middle of the galaxy, or in the middle of the pancake, and we can only see what's in front of us. Also, the Milky Way is full of gas and dust that blocks our view. This is why most pictures of the Milky Way are just of like a small part of it. We can't see the whole thing. Number 4, there is a black hole at the center. There is a supermassive black hole at the center of the galaxy. It's called Sagittarius, a star, and it has a mass of around 4 million suns. Black holes are regions in space where gravity is so strong that nothing can escape them, not even light. This means that once something crosses the event horizon of a black hole, it can never come back out. Black holes are mysterious, and they're also dangerous. If the Milky Way didn't have a black hole at its center, it's likely that the galaxy would collapse in on itself. The black hole keeps the galaxy together by providing a strong gravitational pull that counteracts the tendency of the stars to fly off. Black holes are fascinating objects that we still don't understand very well. They're one of the most extreme and mysterious things in the universe. Number 3, it rotates. The Milky Way galaxy rotates just like a merry-go-round. It takes around 230 million years for one rotation. All of the stars in the galaxy rotate around the center, but they don't all rotate at the same speed. The stars that are closer to the center of the galaxy rotate faster than the stars that are farther away. This is because the stars are affected by the gravity of the black hole that's at the center of the galaxy. The closer a star is to the black hole, the stronger the gravitational pull it feels, and the faster it rotates. The Milky Way is also flat, and most of the stars in the galaxy are in like a flat pancake. This is why when you look up in the night sky, you see a band of stars that stretches across the sky. This band is the Milky Way, and it's made up of stars that are in the same plane. Number 2, it has a lot of planets. The Milky Way has a lot of stars, and it also has a lot of planets. In fact, astronomers believe that there could be as many as 100 billion planets in the galaxy. And this doesn't even include moons or other objects. Planets are hard to spot because they're so much smaller than stars. But astronomers have managed to find some of them by looking for the way that they pass in front of stars. This method is called transit photometry, and it's one of the most successful planet hunting techniques that astronomers use. So far, they've found planets that orbit stars that are very similar to our Sun. They've also found planets that orbit stars that are much smaller than our Sun. Some of these planets are probably habitable, meaning that they could have the conditions necessary for life to exist. Astronomers are searching for signs of life on these planets, and they hope to find some soon. Number 1, it's home to us. The Milky Way is home to us. Our solar system is in the Milky Way galaxy, and that means that we're pretty lucky. The Milky Way is one of the most hospitable galaxies in the universe, and it's also one of the most beautiful. From our perspective on Earth, the Milky Way looks like a river of stars that flows across the sky. This is because we're looking down on the galaxy from above. The stars in the Milky Way are arranged in like a flat pancake, and the Earth is in the middle of that pancake. This gives us a unique view of the galaxy, and it's one of the reasons why the Milky Way is such a special place. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you learned something new. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and if you have any thoughts, feel free to drop them in the comments below. And thanks for watching.